Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, and today I'll be discussing some comic book reviews. So going into it, we've got Silver Surfer, issue number 2 from 1987, The Return to Xena and Shalabal. So very interesting cover art right here. This is Norrin Radd, our Silver Surfer from 616 universe, returning home. So that's very fascinating stuff here. We start off in the opening of space with him calling out to his lover Shalabal, him traveling through space all the way back to his own home planet. This is after the events of the Fantastic Four freeing him from Galactus. Get to see his reunion with his lover, so that's fascinating. Going on, we get to see that she has been named Empress of their world since his travels, since he was gone. Going on, we see several of her advisors are telling her that Norrin Radd is dangerous since he's changed his molecular structure since obtaining the board, Silver Surfer. He tells her not to worry, that he's still the same man she loved. Then we begin to see new emissaries arriving on the planet, Skrulls, which I thought was very fascinating, going into some Skrull nonsense. They're discussing with the High Magistrate about having a plot of land. That's very fascinating. Skrulls are always about obtaining a place to live on new worlds. We do discuss that with Skrulls coming to their planet, treachery follows. So that's very fascinating stuff. Silver Surfer is dispatched to spy on them. We do see one of the Skrulls attempts to take out the Silver Surfer with a ray gun, which ends up not working. I do believe they say something about the board absorbs cosmic rays, so I'm sure the Skrulls weren't anticipating that. Going on, we see he consoles his loved one after the attempted assassination. This is him without his board, so he is weakened for a moment. They have a nice chit-chat about how their relationship will work, with him traveling across the cosmos and her running affairs at home. So that was very fascinating. Long distance. Talk about a long distance relationship. She tells him it is his responsibility to take the board and to continue his journeys instead of leaving it, because he wants to remain on this planet with her, of course. Xenla, he wants to stay home, but she's telling him he needs to return to his responsibilities. He sees that they made him a headstone, and he replaces the words, here was born Norrin Radd, son of Xena. He replaces with, here was born Silver Surfer, son of Xena. It's very nice. He's kind of reborn. It has a new identity, new take on life, the cosmos. So that was really nice. That was issue number 2 of Silver Surfer. Very interesting to see a bit of his homeworld and his backstory. So now with that done, I'm going to go into, got a bit of Daredevil comics, guys. So this is Last Rites, part 2 of 4, or 5 actually. Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, special guest star Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is issue 298 from 1991. Very fascinating stuff right here on the art cover. Nick Fury reacting to Daredevil showing up on his loft. That's fascinating stuff here. Starting off, we've got, Matt at his law office after hours. Then going into, we see a turnabout gang breaking through the glass. Got gas, smoked out. Also, we're seeing them trying to gather Matt. After reading a file on him, they discuss that there's a file on Matthew Murdock that S.H.I.E.L.D. has. Very interesting that they have this liquid that soon solidifies. I liken it to the mucus that the Toad creates in Mutants, X-Men. Fascinating to see these men with suits seem to be able to create this substance that is for capturing high target profiles. So that's very fascinating. There's a bit of discussion with Kingpin, as he is upset for a venture that's not gone through yet. Going on, you see we've got Nick Fury waking up Matt Murdock. That's real nice. They're discussing how they want to have Matthew Murdock join their crew on a mission. That's why they had to abduct him. Matt's told to be released back into the public after pulling a fast one on one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. guards. He ends up pulling one of his weapons away from him. Right there. Downloading code, data. Now we finally get to see Matt in his suit once he knows what's happening. The Hydra file has been opened. There are soldiers, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, should I say, on the take. Information is being sold on the black market. So of course they need Daredevil to figure out where the leak is coming from. Then we get to the introduction of some more New York thugs claiming that Kingpin is running a Hydra operation. So that gets the rumor around town that Kingpin may be the leak in the S.H.I.E.L.D. operation. You see Werner von Strucker introduced. He's collabing with Kingpin. And then we get to see Kingpin go ham on an individual, like he does often. And there's the last bit image of Daredevil returning to Nick Fury's loft and basically saying, "I'm in," now that they know that Kingpin is involved. Next issue is Renegade, Daredevil Renegade, but this was really nice with the appearance of Nick Fury in it. So that was cool. Daredevil. Going on, we've got some more Acts of Vengeance. This is Avengers Spotlight, issue 27. This is from 1989. This is a very interesting Avengers Spotlight comic. Has a whole lot of ladies in this issue. So going into this, we've got very interesting beginning with an attack on the police precinct by Boomerang. That was very fascinating. He's one of these highly trained, highly equipped characters, kind of like Bullseye and others. He takes on a full garrison of police officers, basically with no ease, no real difficulty. But we do get to see a shadowy figure come out and ask Boomerang, why take on these police when you could take on the Avengers? So that's very fascinating. We see Hawkeye for a moment discussing with his butler after he's come down with a really bad bladder infection. Yeah, so very interesting stuff. That Hawkeye's put on antibiotics to get better, but of course he has no time to catch up with Boomerang. Well, he's dropping his exploding boomerangs on Hawkeye. So that's very fascinating. Destroying the city, causing quite a bit of damage. So that's interesting. You could see Hawkeye's attempt to save a woman falling out of a building, and luckily the fire department is there to deploy their inflatable ground device to catch them, which is very nice. Very interesting that we get to see right here a lady talking about how all heroes are a menace, and Hawkeye is kind of walking away sad, similar to when Peter gave up his suit. Thought that was very interesting. Then we've got Walter Newell, but he's also known as Stingray, which I think they should really adapt this character right here. He's an oceanographic explorer and researcher. He builds his own suit to go underwater and explore the seven seas. So that's very interesting. Stingray. We also have a few more characters introduced right here. We've got, let's see, Firebird and Hellcat introduced, along with this giant android, which that is very fascinating. Again, this android is a real mean one that they're fighting, and it seems that Black Widow shoots her weapons at it and only absorbs her attack and can replicate it. So that's very fortunate. Mitts, we see Thor taking on Juggernaut, Iron Man taking on, let's see, Wrecker, Captain America fighting the Submariner, and Quasar going up against the Absorbing Man, and the Avengers West Coast team up against the UFOs as our team members are fighting. That's very interesting. All over the map. And then we do get to see Monica Rambeau turn into Captain Marvel. That's really cool. Then we've got Moondragon, which is a bald psychic character. She was introduced. I believe she comes from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Moondragon. So that's really cool. A lot of their battling. It seems that Firebird tries to blast him, but only ends up recouping the battle. Then we got Captain Marvel, Rambeau showing up. So really good story here. Them fighting an android, massive android. So that was really fun. Going into my last comic, we do have one final Daredevil comic. This is Calypso's Back. Daredevil issue 310. It's from 1992. So really cool to see some supernatural villains for Daredevil. We've got this demonic beast and Calypso with her nice figure right there. Going into this, starting off with the nighttime New York City, Hell's Kitchen. Then going on into the Devil de Rogue. It's very interesting stuff. A witch conjured this beast to be like Daredevil, but of course more demonic. We see the introduction of, let's see, did they give him a name? I want to say it's like, oh, here we go. See someone waiting in Matt's office at night. Matt confronts him, thinking he's, a burglar or something, and then he admits that he's been waiting for Matt in his office, looking for legal advice. He's a he's a fugitive of the government, a Haiti refugee, so a Haitian national. And they even go into the fact that there are police chasing down the Haitian national, trying to round him up. So he flees, going out at Murdoch's window. It's a very modern day issue for this comic, guys. And then of course we see the Nameless One, and of course Calypso doing their stuff, trying to wrangle their creature. Get to see some more of the baddies. Calypso trying to summon the beast, which seems it does not want to take orders. So it's very fascinating. Appears to attack its master, Calypso. She's struggling to keep it off her. She did want to breed the creature, after all. Interesting comic panels with Daredevil and the Nameless One. I believe his powers come from his... he's undead, an undead warrior who got these special bands put on him that give him immense power, strength, invulnerability. Get to see some more of the creature freaking out. Then a whole montage of the creatures fighting. That's really cool. This character, the Nameless One, kind of reminds me of Kratos from God of War. So yeah, really cool stuff, guys. Going into the last couple of pages. Right here we've got some stuff. They're discussing, why is he doing the things he's doing. The Nameless One basically saying, oh, I work for the witch that is Calypso, and then the Haitian national ran in fear of Calypso, and Daredevil is ready to duel. So that's the last page. Very interesting stuff, guys. And this was Calypso's back, part of an Infinity War crossover. So that's really fun, awesome stuff. So thank you very much. Going through my comic book coverage. If you guys like the video, I want a big appreciation to all those subscribed and building up the channel. I am up to 72 subscribers already. But if you'd like to come on board and join the party, you can like the page, comment on what you think on all the comics. You can follow me here on YouTube by subscribing. Appreciate it very much. You can also follow my channels on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads at Scene Screen Guru for future content. Before I leave, I do want to go into just a few notes real quick for all the movie lovers and all the television coverage. So let's see. Going into my script notes, we've got James Cameron, I've already covered that. Okay, going into Greta Gerwig's upcoming Chronicles of Narnia film has been delayed till fall of next year. It's very fascinating, guys. Like I said, Glenn Powell has been cast for our new Running Man. They have dropped an official trailer from, I believe, Paramount Studio. F1 sequel is being discussed as being a Days of Future or Days of Thunder sequel. So it's very interesting stuff there. Let's see. Rumor that Obi-Wan Season 2 might be happening with Ian McGregor. So that's very fascinating as well. Julian McMahon has recently passed away, unfortunately, right after the premiere of his latest film, Jurassic World Rebirth. He was 56 years old. He played our original Doom in the 2005 Fantastic Four, which is now 20 years old. So big shout out to him and his family. Let's see. Advertisement campaign for Superman has been really strong, even going as far as making a Dairy Queen flurry. So that's really cool. Dune 3 has begun filming, guys. The Dune Messiah has started filming. Matthew Lillard has supposedly joined the cast for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So really interesting stuff there. Let's see. Cardi B attended the fashion show. Let's see. What else? Been really bad flooding going on in Texas recently, so I want to shout out and give prayers to all the people suffering, going through the devastating floods of Texas. We heard great, tremendous stories about 2 girls saving a number of Girl Scouts that were out at the camp, Camp Mystic, and others. They ended up saving a lot of lives, so really good news there. We have heard criticism of Ted Cruz being away in a Greek holiday during the defalling of his state. You know, really bad, tragic weather alert is going on through there. So a lot of people are going after him. Of course, Ozzyosbourne is going through his final performance tour for Black Sabbath. So that's very awesome to hear. I'm sure a lot of people are excited to hear about him performing in Europe. Recently, MacArthurPark was the event of an ice raid that a lot of people were upset about. A lot of kids out with their families, and then of course federal agents came sweeping across the park trying to round up migrants. So that wasn't very cool. And of course we've heard that Bellaramsey may be in talks to play Kitty Pryde or Rogue at Marvel for the X-Men. And Grant Gustin is saying he wants to play the Flash for James Gunn's universe. So that's very interesting news, guys. But that'll do it for me for this video. Till next time, guys, be sure to follow the channel for future updates. Alrighty. Bye-bye.